I was called in to investigate the death of a wealthy businessman, Richard Langley, at his mansion, Willow Manor. Upon arrival, I found Richard's body in his study, a victim of poisoning. The police investigation revealed that Richard's wife, Emma, his business partner, Alex, and his personal assistant, Rachel, all had motives for his murder. The clues. A security camera caught Emma entering the study around the time of the murder, but she claimed she was there to retrieve a document. Alex had a heated argument with Richard in the office earlier that day, and witnesses reported seeing him storm out. Rachel had access to poison as she handled the household chemicals, and a torn piece of fabric was found near the victim's desk, later identified as coming from Emma's dress. And lastly, the poison was administered through Richard's tea, which was prepared by Rachel, who had been asking for a raise, but was refused that same day. And it was finally time to interview the suspects. I started with his wife, Emma Langley, who seemed rather suspicious. So, did anything unusual happen yesterday?
I heard their argument from upstairs. Who wouldn't? Rachel screaming at Alex for spending all his money at the racetrack.
And what was that document you had to have out of Richard's office?
It was a life insurance document.
How did your dress get torn?
I caught it on a fence in the garden.
Then I moved on to Alex Payton, a very disagreeable person in my opinion. Why were you arguing with Richard Payton?
Nothing. It was just business talk. I thought he should look into some cryptocurrency deals, but he was against something he said wasn't real. I got over it.
Is there anything else?
Emma and Richard argued about money, and I guess it got heated. Her dress got torn. I heard the whole thing.
While searching Richard's desk, I discovered a note on Richard's desk with the phrase, "You'll never find it," written in his handwriting. The note seemed out of place, but I suspected it might be a crucial clue. I finally questioned young Rachel Myers, who was extremely nervous and agitated. And you served Richard his tea that day?
I was in the garden with Emma when he called out for me to get his tea. She caught her dress in a small wire fence and I was trying to help, but it got torn anyway, so I hurried off to fix his tea. He gets very impatient without his afternoon tea. Alex was in the kitchen poking around and hurriedly left when I went in.
I heard you were upset by not getting a raise.
I know how it looked, Inspector, but I swear I didn't poison him. I took care of everything for him. I deserved it, but he said I should be more frugal with my money. That was rich coming from a man who sleeps with money underneath his mattress.
Given the clues, the most suspicious person is Emma, due to the security footage and the torn fabric. However, the note's phrase, "You'll never find it," might be more than just a cryptic clue or a message. What if Richard wrote it as a note to trap his killer? I think the flaw in mystery lies in the assumption that the killer must have been the one who prepared the tea. However, the real clue is in the security camera footage, I believe, of Emma entering the study. If Emma was there to retrieve a document, why is her dress torn? Well, going over the clues in my head and looking at the blackboard, I figured out who did it. Do you know who did it? The solution to the mystery is that Alex Payton is the killer. Alex, during the argument, planted the poison in the tea he stole from the kitchen, knowing Rachel would be blamed. Given the information, the encounter at the bottom of the stairs with Rachel and Alex earlier shows Alex was losing money at the track. And the torn fabric was found in the garden by the killer to throw out suspicion to himself. The note, "You'll never find it," was indeed written by Richard, but it's not directly related to the killer's identity. Instead, it was a red herring. The argument with Richard was he discovered Alex was skimming off the profits to cover his debts, and he confronted him. In the end, the motive, I discovered later, was Alex had indeed been siphoning money from the business, and Richard threatened to turn him in if he didn't pay it all back immediately.
If you got it, well done. If you didn't, better luck next time.